listening to pause. We pause for a second or two. This is episode 141 from Fog, Our Name. In life, we have 3 places. We have dark, we have light, and in between we have fog. Dark is when we are deep asleep. It is when we no longer feel. It is not pleasant, and it is not unpleasant. It is simply dark. Light is the place where we feel a lot. It is pleasant, it is unpleasant, it is painful, and it is relieving. It is when we feel alive. And in between dark and light, we have fog. And fog is a specific skill we have under our sleep situation. Today's episode is called From Fog, Our Name. The third place that we have, fog, is where we find the sort of contents, the body, the matter with which we fill ourselves with. Fog is the place where our name, who we are, our identity, our role, who we are in this life. Fog is where our name changes. Fog is where our name gets its contours as well as its ambivalences. Anything interesting, both to our liking and our disliking. Everything interesting comes from this middle place, fog. And it is not only it's not only what comes out of this fog that becomes our name, but how we spend time there. The rhythm to it, the pulse, the comings and the goings. If we spend short periods of time in fog, if we spend long periods of time in fog, if we spend many frequent visits in fog, or if it is more seldom, only once in a while. This is also what becomes our name. It's a bit like music, that there are different notes, but they also have different rhythm to them, different lengths. So both a note and a length. And every time we spend time in fog, in between dark and light, or in between light and dark, that is when, during that time, we get to know who we are, our unique name. It is also about how we enter fog and how we exit fog. If we enter fog through natural means, then that will become part of our name. If we enter fog through artificial means, or through outside means, then that will become part of who we are, part of our name. So, from dark via fog to light, and from light via fog to dark. And how we go from dark to light, from light to dark, via fog, over time becomes like a core. And this core is how we react when we hear someone saying our name. So, if another person is talking about something and then puts our name in what they are talking about, then we will feel whatever that person was talking about together with this core, how it feels to be us as we go from light to dark, from dark to light via fog. This is what we will experience when our name is used in a context. So our name is like a container or a vessel. And what this container is filled with is fog. Fog is everything we know. It is everything that feels real. Everything we value comes from fog. And how we enter and exit fog is how we relate to everything that we know to be true. So yes, there are truths, we know truths, but more important is how we relate to those truths personally, what those truths are to our name. What place does a certain truth have in our name? And how did we get it? That is key. How does a truth fit in our name, and how did it end up there? How did we come across this truth via fog? Expressed in another way, dark is when it doesn't feel anything, when it just is, and that's fine. It's neither good nor bad. And light is when it feels a lot, when it feels very good and very bad. It is sharp feeling. And fog is how we connect these two. The dark not feeling and the light feeling. It's how we connect these two that becomes our name. It is how we connect not feeling with feeling. That is what we associate with when we hear our name being called. The not feeling joining with the feeling. To my knowing, there is in old Aztec mythology a place similar to what we say when we say dark. They have what they call the underworld, and they call it Mictlan. And this place is not it's not the underworld as in something bad, as in hell or something like that. This dark place is expressed as not feeling, when we do not have to toil, where we do not have to endure anymore. We can just rest. Mictlan is the place where we rest. It is the not feeling place, the dark ease, where it feels easy. That is the place. And light would, against this place, be whenever we make an effort, when we feel things, when we have problems, we have tasks at hand, we have a work to do, we have something troublesome to deal with. This is light, and it can be both rewarding and troublesome. Aliveness. Aliveness is engaging. Aliveness demands effort from us. So we could also call dark the resting place and light the working place. So that fog becomes the place connecting rest with work, and how we go from rest to work, from work to rest. This is fog. And in one sense, our name is all we have. It is our experience of life, our name. My name, Erik, is my experience of my life. In Erik is everything between dark and light, everything between not feeling and feeling, everything between rest and work. And it's about the music between the two, the notes and the rhythms between the two. How do I enter rest? How do I enter work? How do I exit light? How do I exit dark? How does it feel waking up? How does it feel falling asleep? Our sleep situation. Our name is everything we have, and it all starts there. Fog is the starting point and the end point. Fog is our name. That's it for today. Thank you.